Hi everybody. If you're new to beekeeping, one of the most important aspects is the hive inspection. It's what I look forward to the most. Today we're going to go over the basics of a hive inspection, what to look for, common mistakes to avoid, and how to do it without disturbing your bees too much. As we go through the hive inspection basics, I'm going to be referencing one of my favorite hive inspection videos from YouTube from Bruce's Bees, and we'll use that as the backdrop. For any good inspection, you need three basic tools: the smoker, protective gear, and a hive tool. You can really do a hive inspection at any time of day other than nighttime, but there's an ideal time to do it. You want to do a hive inspection when the foragers are out. I've found where I am that 10 a.m. to about 5 or 6 p.m., depending on the time of year, is best. Ideally, you do this on a sunny day that's not stormy or windy. Of course, you can do it in those conditions, but the bees might be a little cranky if you do. Before opening the hive, I like to give the entrance a few puffs of smoke so that they know that you're coming. And then before you crack open the hive completely, I like to give a couple puffs of smoke right underneath the lid as well. And that gives the bees the opportunity to move inside the hive. The bees will use propolis to glue everything together, so expect some resistance, and that resistance grows over time as they mature in the hive. And I like to start from the outer frames and work in. This is when the hive tool comes in handy, because you can use the hive tool to leverage moving the frames without creating a jerking motion which disrupts the bees. At the heart of the hive, you're going to look for eggs, larvae, and capped brood. If you see new eggs, then you know that the queen is there. And in most cases, you can close the hive up and be done. 3 to 5 minute check and you're good to go. But for most new beekeepers, that's not enough. You spent all week waiting for the hive inspection, so you want to go further. One of the things to look for is a solid brood pattern. This is a sign of a healthy hive. If you don't have a solid brood pattern, it may be a sign of disease or even a queen that is struggling. Because the main purpose of a hive inspection is to find the queen, most new beekeepers panic if they don't find her. She can often be hard to find, and it takes a trained eye and experience. But if you see those queen cells, you know that she's there and you're okay, and you can close the hive back up. I've got a bee right on my cheek right now. As you go through the hive, you're going to watch for any signs of trouble, any red flags. Some of those might be chalk brood, excess drones, or varroa mites. In the beginning, you might not know what that looks like. So if anything looks off to you, just take a picture of it and send it to your mentor or an experienced beekeeper, or send it to me and I'll help you out. As soon as spring hits, the bees are doing everything that they can from that point on to prepare for winter. And that means they want their storages. That's nectar and that's honey. So as you're going through the hive, look for the uncapped nectar and look for the capped honey. By the time you go into winter, you should have 40 to 60 pounds of honey just for the bees, not for you. If at any time you find that the food is low, you certainly can feed the bees with sugar syrup, and that typically is the case in the spring. You'll want to feed them, and in the fall after you remove your supers. Throughout the hive check, if the hive's been open too long, the bees can get unsettled and even aggressive. Use a little bit of smoke, ideally not a lot, to keep them calm. And then before you close up the hive, just put the frames back in place, usually where they came from, and gently close the lid. Your first year of beekeeping, you probably want to check the hives every 7 to 10 days. After you have a mature hive, probably only need to check it 10 to 14 days, maybe even longer. With practice, you'll get really good at understanding what's going on inside your hive. Now, if you liked this video, if it's helpful to you, I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, and we'll talk to you later.